welcome. So, going to proceed from where we stopped last time, and that was we're looking at what happens when we click on an item on a list view. So now we want to display what has been selected on the main form or the parent form. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to declare a public variable here or property, and you can easily do that in C# by typing prop, then press tab again, and that is what happens. If you press tab, it says my property, and I want to have that as cell int. I like calling it that way, selected integer. So now my form, which is FRM search patients, has a public property, which is an integer, and the name is cell int. So now that is what I want to have the value of the selected integer here, the selected value from the list view. So I'll come and type this. This means the current form dot cell int, the variable that we just declared, and then since what is here is seen as text by the system, I'll pass by typing int dot pass to mean that we want to convert the value that is here. And then I copy that and paste it here. So it means now every time I click on an item, still within this event, my public variable gets to take that value. And once that happens, there's something else. I also need, when I double click on the list view or I double click any part of the form, this form gets closed. So I can come here, right click on the list view and go to the properties, and I come here to the events and look for a double click event. So double click is here. I'll also double click on that double click event to give me that event, and I simply type this dot close. So it means close the form that was displayed. I also need to do the same on my list view. So I come here to the list view and look for double click event. Oh, that was already list view. Now I want to do that for the form. So I click on the form, FRM search patients, double click event is here. When I double click, it takes me here. I can also type in dot close. Good. So when I double click any part of the item, any part of the form or list view, that form closes. So let's go back here to my FRM patients on the open, which we were displaying the search patients. And there was a reason why we wanted to display dialog, so that you can't do anything else unless the form is closed. That is, FRM search patients has been closed. So I'll introduce something here, very easy. I want to introduce a method or creating methods in C#, and I can easily type private void display info, and then my curly brackets. So here I'm creating a function or a method for that case, which returns nothing, and that's why it's void, and its name is display info. And I will want to pass a parameter, an integer called ID. So that is exactly what I'll do while I'm here. So once I close that form, I'll call that display info. So I type in display info, and then the parameter that I'm going to pass is the cell int. That is why I'm saying FRM, which is my form. And now when I click dot cell, since this is a public variable that we created, it means it can be seen from another form. So cell int comes there. Then in C# I must put a semicolon. So what happens is that just after the form has been displayed and closed, it will display close info. Now, to display info, we basically need to go and search the database. And I already have some code on FRM search patients here. And all this code that we are doing at form load is what we need. Then make a few changes from there. So I'm copying from here close to that point there. And then I'm copying all that code, copy, and then going to paste within display info. So I'm pasting. Now we need to just do small changes because here the connection is the SQL connection. We're still connecting to the same database. We are opening it there. But now instead of searching star from TBL patients, we only want to pick one patient that we can display. So we come here and say where. So we are starting to use a where clause, where patient ID is equals to, and then this is just string that we are creating. So I append the ID that has been passed there. So is that. Now, so that is the string that we are going to pass to the command. And then we execute reader for it to read from the database. Now here we were looping. We were saying while r.read. But now we don't want to loop. We just say if. So we are changing that while to if. So it's checking. Now list view item was from the other side. So I'll remove that line. I'll also remove that last line here. And then now what I'm going to do here is that so txt name. So now this is what goes to txt name dot text is equals to what is from my reader one. Then what next? ID number is the next thing. So txt ID number, txt ID number dot text is what is from my position 2. Next is the date of birth. So remember it was called DTP something. So I'll come here and type DTP dot value. Now, what we are reading here, when we say to string, it's text. But now, we're expecting date. So we are going to convert by typing date time dot pass. So we are converting what's coming in there. Next is combo box for gender. So you say CMB gender dot text as well is equals to what is being read from there. Then I remove that. Next is country, and then it's active. So txt country. So I come in here, txt country dot text is equals to there. Then finally, checkbox is active dot checked is equals to. Now it takes Boolean value, so that means we also need to convert here. So we say bool dot pass, and then we take the values there. Good. Then close. So now let's see how that happens. Let's see how it goes. So I save, I run, and then now when I click on open, I double click on Joe, boom, and Joe details are here. I click open, double click on James, James details are here. I open. So when I double click on any item, first of all, the system highlights and it knows the details like we are going to see or like it's shown here. Then when I double click, it closes and then comes to display. I think what we can do there is we can try to stop or break the main points or the main places. So here at FRM patients, I can block that. I can click there, break there, break there. Okay, break here, and then come to the search. So what happens? I can break on the selected item, and then I break on close, and then we see what happens from there. Now let's go together. So I run start. When I click open, so it comes here, FRM. So I've clicked on open toolbox or tool strip. Then if I F10, it comes to the next line, shows dialog. So that is showing dialog there. Now, so if I click first of all on that item, which is on my index 3, my public cell int, my public integer has taken 1004. Then I proceed. So let me stop that breaking point because it's coming back there. So I come here. Sorry. Where is it? It's here. So now I double click. Now I've just double clicked on the list view list, and that is why it's coming to this dot close. So if I have 10, my search disappears and then comes to pick from there. And now we are calling a method called display info, and we are passing 1004. So if I have 10, now it's coming to that method in there, and the value that has been passed is 1004. So connecting to the database, passing the credentials like we did before, connection to open the database, and then now look, my SQL string now reads, that is it, select star from TBL patients where patient ID is equals to 1004. And then I pass that, it reads, it gets items, and then now look at that. So it's passing Gilbert to text name, passing that, like that, like that, like that. And then I close my connection and it comes back to display info, and that is it. So that is how it goes. So that is how to display an item from list view to the main form. Thank you very much. So next we are going to see how to edit and add items when we display like that. Thank you.